Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 21st, which is today, going to the 27th of November. So let's have a little look together and see what's going on for you guys. Spending all your time indoors, are you? Just kidding. But I mean, no, I'm not kidding for some of you. I really kind of get some reflection going on with the water signs actually this week, which there's no harm in this. I think you're just trying to find peace. That's all it is. So nothing wrong with this. I think some of you might be getting used to a certain living situation, like you're adjusting into something here for some of you. Or again, you're adjusting in your own energy, like there's something uncomfortable about it, but you will find peace within this. Yeah, courage. Yeah, you're like sitting in something and acceptance. Yeah. Okay, whether this is in your own energy or if it's an external situation that you're understanding actually is good for you, but some fears are getting in the way of seeing this. Like, same with some internal things, like sitting in this energy can be fearful for you, especially when it's uncomfortable. You might be doing something different. Some of you are pulling your energy away from others, and that's uncomfortable, whatever it is. You're finding peace within this. By the way, we have courage and acceptance too, which is about facing your fears and accepting. Well, it says, I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot control and courage. So, a difficult situation, but you're understanding a bit better about why you're in this. Peace comes through about forgiveness, forgiving ourselves, forgiving this energy, forgiving whoever created this trigger here. We have no place like home, which is about protecting our energy so you can really gain the benefits of your own energy and no longer be giving it out to everybody else. We have a karmic lesson coming through here with this energy here. We're no longer doing things the same way, which may be escaping a certain feeling. You're kind of jumping into something that could be a habit or an addiction for you. Like instead of just giving into something, you're holding out. That's what I feel like. Some of you could be keeping silent from somebody here. Anyways, really random stuff. We have truth be told, which is saying spirit has a reason behind what they're doing here. This could be, again, you're finding out another side to the story. You're finding out something that you didn't see once before. This could, again, be spirit showing you something that you didn't see in a certain situation, but now you're gaining more clarity about why something is happening, why you had to do something. Has a lot to do with growth here. Facing of fears as always. Let's see current energy, please, for Cancer. We have Six of Swords. This is moving towards better things. All right. We have Seven of Wands on the bottom of the deck, too. So this is something you've been fighting for, something you've been, again, some things you may have been resisting in the past, but now you're able to move forward. Or again, you may have been in a very difficult energy where you've constantly had to prove yourself or constantly had to do something or be against something or tackling everything at once. It doesn't have to just be people. It could be situations that were coming at you too many at a time, and you really had to stay afloat with all of this. Six of Swords is moving away from chaos, moving away from conflict, moving away from something very difficult and moving into something much better. However, this kind of comes in three parts, right? It's the past, which was chaotic, the present, which is temporary, but it's more peaceful than the past. And then you do have you moving towards something more solid, but we're just not there just yet for most of you. But the Six of Swords is still a really good sign where you can actually have that sigh of relief here as well, by the way. All right, anything else for Cancer for current energy, please? Five of Swords, this is exactly what we've moved away from. Some confusion. This could just be emotional turmoil here. Sometimes when we really reflect on some difficult things, we can get wrapped up in thinking that this is our current reality. Just be mindful of this. Maybe this is something that we need to not do. It's good to look at the things in the past, to reflect, to understand, to analyze these. But just remember that this is not the reality you're living anymore, for the majority of you anyways. Five of Swords coming through here. So Five of Swords, Six of Swords, you moved away from the worst of it. This could be where you're gaining your peace here in a temporary situation or in your own energy for a little while. Having to address that something was a very unjust, unfair situation. The Justice card, Libra energy, we have your energy here as well as Pisces too. But this is bringing balance and truth to something that may have been very difficult for you to accept. We have the moon energy, which can suggest that sometimes when we're in those feelings, when we're in a certain environment, we may not be at our best selves. We may not see things correctly. Some of you may have been falling into some manipulation or against very dark thoughts here because of a situation. Just a reminder, this is not you. These feelings may need addressing and listening to, but the justice kind of cuts this out. And we need to bring balance to this because not everything that we're thinking and feeling in this energy is truth. Okay, sometimes our emotions get the best of us here, especially when you've been in conflict or all you know is conflict from the past. Then of course we can carry that into the present and it can also stay in our mind. So some of you, Cancer, I do see some internal struggles coming through, but it is being triggered by your external or what you went through in the past. But the Justice card is bringing balance to this and saying that some thoughts, some feelings are out of balance. It's coming from what you've been through, but not what you're currently going through. Take a lesson from this. Learn from what you went through, with who you are as a person, even just understand that you had a lot of courage to go through that. So if the emotions here, if the mind or whatever the moon card is representing within yourself is saying that you're weak, no. Have you not seen what you've been through? Have you not seen how you overcame certain things? It's not truth at all. So justice is bringing truth into a situation. But for a lot of you, this can also be people. All right, this could be people trying to make you feel weaker. If this is the case, some of you need to move away from certain people who are talking down to you, people who are making you feel weaker within yourself. Because the moon, whether that's internal talk, by the way, because it definitely could be how you're speaking to yourself. But for others of you, it could be people around you. It could be trying to find some space away from them. All right. But this space is going to help you understand yourself a bit better. What are the blockages for the week? Ten of Pentacles. So your stability is being blocked right now. Your money could also be being blocked. This means that this might be a base chakra thing here, Cancer, especially because your energy here is also being blocked. You're being blocked from being your authentic self, which the Queen of Cups is being represented. Well, she is represented by being nurturing, being kind, being loving. She's a very intuitive energy as well, very empathic, and maybe you're feeling very disconnected from others. Maybe you're feeling very unstable within yourself. You're not feeling very empathic towards people. You're not feeling very emotional or compassionate towards people. Maybe you feel like you don't want to be loving. You don't want to be, this is all coming from what you're experiencing. And of course, maybe this has really done some damage to your base chakra. And I only say this because one, we're out of alignment with ourselves, but two, the base chakra, when it's unaligned, can also have some impact on your finances and stability too. So really addressing that chakra and doing some research about it, if that resonates with you, will really help you here. Blockages, please. Ten of Cups being a blockage, the Queen of Pentacles being a blockage. So again, some like good cards are being blocked because of what you've just been through. So Nine of Wands, I'm going to just grab this card very quickly. Nine of Wands is, of course, the wounded warrior. So this is where it's all stemming from, is that there are fears still because of what you went through, which is normal, by the way. We are going to carry some things with us. Now, so there's a book here some of you might benefit from. I've never read it, but for some reason it's coming through. But it's kind of like I don't know what the title is of it. I'm really trying to channel it in, but it's something like the scores in the body or something like that. Like what it basically, I believe, is about is how your body can actually like physically hold on to some whoa, hold on to some trauma that you went through even from young, So if you have been through a very difficult life, then maybe looking into some things like this can really be helpful. I know that yoga is really good, or any kind of movement of your body is really good for releasing some traumas that may be stored in it. Like you might need to move your body a bit more. You don't need to do like fitness. This could even just be some stretching or some breath work, you need to release some of these things because I do see that you have some really good stuff coming in, but this is what's being blocked here, is because you're anticipating the worst because you've been through the worst, and this could end up being a bit of a loop. So instead of escaping something, or instead of going in the same loop here, Cancer, I see that you're bringing yourself above it. You're raising yourself above it. Hermit energy coming through a little bit with this card of seeing something from a higher perspective, pulling yourself away from it to be able to see it from a different point. So if you're going through these emotions, catching yourself when you're in them is really going to help you go, actually, whoa, like, let me deal with this differently. Like, how can I understand this differently instead of being in like, oh, I'm this and I'm that, and all this situation is making me angry, and which it could definitely be, but this person's this and that. Instead of going into these like these bad habits, I'm going to call them bad habits, but there's better ways of saying it, like into these negative emotions, negative thoughts, negative feelings about yourself or other people or your situation, you're catching yourself before it happens. And this will be very good for you because you have two tens here in your blockage, but these are happy ending cards. These are the 10 of Pentacles is that legacy, that financial abundance here. We have the 10 of Cups as well, which is that emotional abundance here, that happiness, happy family, happy home, happy future here. Queen of Pentacles, which might be what we're aspiring to achieve, is having some financial wealth here, being able to build yourself up here, being compassionate, but being grounded at the same time. Queen of Pentacles is very good for that. Having built yourself up here, being strong within who you are. It's feminine energy, so being able to attract in more abundance too. Living a life of leisure for a lot of you. But in order to do this, some of you could even be being a mother here. In order to do this, we might need to remove some trauma from the body here, remove, again, some difficult ways of thinking and feeling. Because, again, the moon card can be very difficult to be in. I'm sure you know, Cancer, you guys are ruled by the moon. It's like very unpredictable, you know, unstable, should I say. So your blockage is, again, being quite defensive and maybe blocking your own self from achieving some really good things because of what you've been through, which I understand. I can completely get it. Some of you, I'm hearing that you might be trying so hard to avoid something that you just end up going into it again. Like, I kind of feel like we need to stop looking back and start looking forward, because what they're saying here is like, by looking back, like this Five of Swords, we're kind of stumbling into something that could end up having the same thing. You know, I'm just seeing this energy here. So instead of looking backwards, we need to start looking forwards, meaning that what happened happened. We need to accept it. We need to be, you know, find a way to see it in a better light, even if it's just how you overcame it and the courage that you gave. Like, I find the courage to face fear with confidence here. You did. You still have that courage within you. Sometimes when we're looking at our weakest moments, then of course we're not going to see ourselves as courageous. So we need to start looking at parts of ourselves that we do like. Look at parts of our life that we do like, and this is what's going to help manifest better things. Like people that we did like, even if there's no one, then maybe write down the kind of people that you want to attract in. It's about maybe looking at some different things. This will help you. Six of Cups again. So yeah, like past energy, like nostalgia. Could be some good moments you're looking at that you might want to have more of in your life, like things of when you were a child, like dreams and beliefs here. We have Queen of Swords. Some of you could be very protective over children here, or protective of your past self, like you're protecting your inner child for some of you. Queen of Swords here normally protects our heart space, but for some of you, your heart space could again be protecting your inner self, or protecting children if you have children. Queen of Swords is interesting. But I feel like we need to give ourselves what our inner child would really want, you know, because we can't rely on other people to give it to us all the time, because sometimes it leads to disappointments. So if we give that to ourselves and protect it, absolutely, but also give it what it needs, make it proud, you know. Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands, there's, yeah, things that need to be changed. And again, Eight of Pentacles coming through, working on something to do with your career. For some of you, this could be a really good thing that will help you, because maybe for some of you, there's a lot of conflict or a lot of financial lack, or again, just a lot of energy, like lacking in energy, lacking in motivation. All right, it could be a lot of conflict in a workplace or in your environment here. What we're moving into is something a lot better. And some of you might need to take that time out so you can focus on yourself, focus on building your strength as a person, whatever that means, whether that's on your skills in life, whether that's on the way that you speak to yourself here, because Eight of Pentacles is about improving something, it's building something. All right, it leads towards that Ten of Pentacles. So having that strength, having that courage to move away from something that clearly needs to change, Could definitely be your environment. Could definitely be maybe a perspective here and start working on something here. Interesting. We then have Magician, King of Wands. So this is creative energy really kicking in when you start to see this strength within yourself, my angels. You then have the Empress, which is beautiful energy for attracting in an abundance. We then have the Ace of Swords and the Aquarius energy here of the Star card, which is healing and seeing things from the truth, which is very different to this moon energy here. Sometimes you have to cut some thoughts out, cut some people out that aren't giving you your truth or aren't giving you a truth that you're resonating with, because this is a very vulnerable energy. So a complete shift is coming through. Some of you, again, this could be by changing your environment, changing the people that you're surrounded by, changing the dynamic between you and somebody else. All right. Whether that's instead of fighting and arguing for some of you, this could be actually letting each other in and being open and honest with each other and actually working on something here, working to understand each other. And if it's not someone that can do that with you, it's about breaking away from that cycle, because this is a loop. Because some of you in relationships or in relationships, instead of actually trying to understand each other, everyone's just trying to be heard, but no one's actually listening. So it's round and round, arguing about the same things. Five of Pentacles, of course, is both people being left out in the cold. No one wants to go inside and actually get help. So it's about getting that help. So you can give yourself and your past self the life you always wanted. And each other. And if you have children and it's a relationship, then the same thing. Some of you might benefit more from breaking away from it. Absolutely. It depends on what you're going through. And then you have the Ten of Swords here. Something needs to change. All right, in terms of a connection here. You need to see things from either communicate your emotions here so you can look into the future and think bigger about this relationship. Or for some of you, if that's not working out, then it's about ending it. Okay, but we need to come to that conclusion. But of course, you do you. Whatever you're going to do, I have strong faith that you're going to do it with strength and you're going to do it with, it's about improving your life. Okay, not just running away from something, but doing something that improves a situation. All right, so let's pull you some love cards here. Give your relationship a chance. If for some of you, you may be really like questioning a relationship. In this case, maybe only for some of you, I'm going to sit here and say, but I do see this as a past life relationship, by the way. So I do believe that you guys are here for a reason with each other. For those who this resonates with, again, it's very specific, but it's for someone because I'm feeling very strongly is that you aren't communicating properly or to the extent that you might need to here. So this is saying that this can be fixed, but we need to let each other in. We need to stop trying to be hard and not listening to each other, okay? Because the ego gets in the way and it damages relationships. So that Five of Wands is childish, it's immature, it's just back and back and back and forth. It's about actually going, okay, well, how do you feel? Okay, well, I feel this way. So it's about we both can do something to help the other person out. It's not one person's fault. It's not the other person's fault. It's not your fault here. It's about actually trying to find a middle ground here so that we can both be in that strength energy, which is two opposites coming together to teach each other something about each other. Because it seems here that you're both trying to make the other person maybe be a bit more like you or try to understand you, which is perfectly fine to make someone understand you, but not in an extent where they're sitting in your shoes the whole time, because it's about teaching each other something from where you were at. Anyways, that's so strange, but that's coming through for you. Let go of control issues coming through. Allow the situation to unfold naturally, my lovelies. For some of you, you might need to let someone be them and understand if this is the right person for you. All right, let's see. Harp and great happiness, which is good because you have feeling tied down and frustrated, but you do have great happiness here coming through. So this is good. You're finding peace, which is good. That is what's also coming out. Some of you could be finding out news of a birth or business opportunities could be with you, with someone in your environment here. Older women coming through, pay attention to your workers, could be someone at work. Beware of great pride, all right? Someone might be trying to make you look like something that you're not in your career, by the way. Again, maybe it's time to break away from that and work for yourself or work for a different company that's more appreciative of you. Some of you could be getting some good advice here from an older woman here at work. All right, my angels. But anyways, I'm wishing you all the best. I hope this reading helped you, my loves. I'm sending you blessings. And I wish you the best, and I'll see you guys next time.